So here's an example of what can happen when you get married and the inevitable bait and switch that happens to so many guys, as well as if you don't lay down the law when it comes to a wife or girlfriend disrespecting you, challenging you in a negative way, that type of thing, and you can be fully taken advantage of. Title: My wife wants to work less because of job anxiety. If I get a raise and I'm not thrilled about this. And this is about the guy who about to get a raise, and now his wife's like, well, I got anxiety because of my job, so I don't work anymore, so you should work harder, and I can stay home and do whatever I want. Yeah, real fair. He says, we've been together for 9 years, married for 5. I'm in a position where I may take a new job that would likely come with a salary increase. Finding a different job has been a slight stressor for me, as it's been hard to find a new one. I like my current job, but it's a dead end for my career, and it's technically permanent. It isn't technically permanent, though there is some job security, as it's on a very long project. We were on a year 14 with no end in sight. What kind of project is 14 years? Good Lord. So I'm not dying to leave and not dying to stay. The pay has allowed me to be selective about what job I take next. I'm about to be offered a new role with harder work, more stress, and demands, and I'm losing my ability to work from home. However, the work will be interesting and will be better for my career. Okay, so far so good. Now enter the selfish wife. My wife has wanted to cut back on how many days she works, and in the past we determined it wouldn't be a good idea. Our financial situation is decent but not great. We have some larger bills that could be paid off and have been paying about $800 a month in student loans due to the pandemic, so that bill is coming. Now that I want to take this job, she wants to cut back because her job gives her anxiety. Newsflash, there aren't many people out there who don't have a job that doesn't give them some kind of anxiety, some stress or whatever. Suck it up, buttercup, you deal with it. End of freaking story. You're married, you're a partner, you're in a team, you have debts. It's not fair that you scale back because of anxiety while your husband's working his tail off. It's bullshit. We're also planning to have a kid in about 2 years if everything goes smoothly, and I really want to save for this. She told me she wants to work still when we have a kid, but honestly do not believe her. Trust your gut. All she does is complain about working it out, wants to cut back without a kid. I'd imagine she won't want to work when we have a kid, and if I can make that happen, that would be great. I'm just not crazy about the idea of cutting back now when we don't have a kid and could be saving. So she just doesn't give a shit. That's what's going on. Anxiety. Welcome to today's world and the generation that was raised to believe that they're so special and given everything. Right there. Because it says she's 32 years old. So she's in the millennial generation. Now, this doesn't mean all millennials are like this, but a hell of a lot are. From a financial perspective, the thought of cutting back is taking the wind out of my sails because I'd be taking a harder job only for us to be in the same situation financially and for her to work less. I feel like I'm getting shafted. I recognize this is selfish of me too. I wish I didn't feel this way. Smack. It's not selfish of you. You have a darn good reason to think and feel this way. Although it would likely benefit my career, but more in the long run. Thoughts? Thank you. Yeah, here's a thought. Do what works best for you, obviously for your career, and you tell her to get off her fat ass, and she's going to help contribute. You got married on the basis that you two are a partnership, a team. You didn't get married on the basis that she'd work for a little bit, and then she would stop. Oh, no. You have debts, you want to have children, all that. But here's a sign. Maybe count this as a blessing, silver line to the situation, that maybe you two aren't meant to be together because you can't count on her. If the situation was reversed and the guy wasn't willing to work or because of anxiety, believe me, she'd be raising holy hell because it wouldn't be fair to her either, putting it all on her. And if you have debts and want to have kids in the future, you need both people. It's not fair for him to be working all the freaking time and unhappy and stressed out and all that. She can help. She needs to help take her part in this whole thing to help this guy out. So, but it never ceases to amaze me, just the debate and switch and the type of crap. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, she simply just doesn't respect the guy. Obviously, he's displayed weakness in some way, so she's trying to get away with this whole not working thing. Because if she respected him, she'd love him enough to try to help him and not make his life even more difficult. And sadly, these situations end where the guy takes the tougher job, she stops working, and then divorces him, and he has to pay her for all this thing. Bad idea. And if you're not going to try to make this work, which I honestly don't think it will, cut ties now. You'll only be married for 5 years, take the hit, and move on. Because otherwise, I see more problems down the road.